Hey, what's going on, guys, and welcome back to another JacobsClash episode. Today we are back on the main event. Today we're going to check out this new Dark Deal event, and I'm also going to look and give my thoughts on the new season just in general. I know I haven't posted in about a month. I have been pretty darn busy. A little bit of life update for those of you that do care. I have recently just graduated grad school, and I am in the process of moving all of my belongings back to my home state of Georgia. I went to school at Kansas State. And so been in the whole job search thing, found a job down in Georgia, which is pretty sweet. But yeah, just wrapping up one part of my life in college and starting the process of getting a full-time job. Takes quite a bit of time, and to be honest, I don't know how much Clash of Clans will be involved in that. But at least for today, we are going to check out the Dark Deal season here with the Debt Collector. And overall, I think this pass is pretty darn decent. If you look at the trade, I think the newest thing, obviously, is the Dark Crown. We're just getting a lot more epic and normal equipment pieces for our minion prince, just so we can get it to the same level of equipment pieces for all of our King, Queen, Royal Champion, and Warden. It looks decent, right? It's probably going to be pretty darn good. I think it is is it the second epic piece for the minion prince? I might want to fact check myself on that. Another difference I think I see here is the Starry Ores. Instead of being able to only buy 6 of these, you can now buy 8 of these, which is actually pretty massive for someone like me who's in the process of upgrading in epic equipment, but maybe doesn't war all the time. So for example, if I move my face right here, we have this Electro Boots at level 26, but unfortunately, it's going to cost me 150 Starry Ores. That is a lot, especially if you are not warring every single day. CWL did a good number for me, right? You got 3 to 5 per war. But still, that is a long time, unless you are participating in these events, buying the event passes, where if you buy the event pass, I think I did my math right, you could get around 150 total, which would be enough to upgrade 1 to max. Because, for example, you could buy the 80 right here, and then on top of that, you can also, through the rewards, in the reward list, you get the 80 here. So that'd be 160 of those Star Ores. Plus, looks like 1,000 glowy ores. So I think this $5 definitely is going to be worth it for those of you that are in my situation, trying to upgrade these equipment pieces, or maybe even catch up with these equipment pieces overall if you did fall behind. But before we buy that and go into a raid, I'm going to give you my quick thoughts on the new scenery. I think all of these heroes look pretty darn cool. I like the theme overall. The Barbarian, I believe, yeah, the Barbarian and Queen are my favorite. I just recently played Fallout 4 once again, and it kind of gives me that Mafia feel. That's definitely what they're going for, but I really do love it. The Dark Days scenery, one of my more popular videos on the channel is I don't even say one of my, it is my most popular video on the channel, at least views wise, is my scenery ranking video. And where would I rank this one? Well, again, I stated multiple times in that I really do like the darker themed, just because it's a little bit kinder on the eyes, especially when you're playing on Clash on mobile at night. And I do enjoy this one. I don't know if it would breach my top 10, but it is definitely a cool theme. And like all sceneries, there are tons of Easter eggs. You could spend a long time just looking around and finding all of them here. But overall, I really enjoy it. If it was on A to S tier, it would be on the upper echelon, right? It'd be B to A tier probably. I overall do like it. I think ones that have come out a little bit more recently, the pirate ship, I think I liked even more than that. but overall, not bad at all. Before we go in and start trying to get some of these massive raids, I saw you already have seen me collect the debt collector. He's going to be collecting a lot here in a little bit, but I am going to go over here and buy the event pass. And if you do end up enjoying this video, I know this is a little bit of a on the nose, but if you wouldn't mind just subscribing, we are only like 40 people away from getting 10,000 subscribers, which is absurd, right? I know I've been saying that a couple videos and like for a while, but I haven't posted, right? But we're only 40 away. So that is pretty darn sweet. Maybe this video, maybe next video, who knows? But let me go ahead and buy this event pass real quick, and I'll be right back. Sweet, event pass has been received. We can claim some of these glowy ores, the mischief medals right away. That's going to be pretty sweet. I don't know how much, 320. I'm still going to recommend, as far as buying things, you should go and buy the Dark Crown first. I am not a minion prince user at the moment, just because I've been focusing heavily on ground attacks. I kind of always have been focusing heavily on ground attacks, but I still would recommend that just because it might be the meta equipment. I don't really know, right? Check out Judah's video. Check out Itsu's video. They're probably going to tell you if it is meta or not. What I'm going to tell you is buy it, and then after that, I would focus heavily on the starry and glowy ores. You should have enough if you are buying the pass. If you are not buying the pass, I would probably just go in still on this event pass, unless you are, or not on the event pass, but on the epic equipment, unless you are in a situation like me where you are never going to use the minion prince, or you foresee yourself never using the minion prince. Go all in on the starry and glowy ores. I think a builder potion is another fine option. Other than that, I really wouldn't touch many of these other things, especially any of these gold elixir or dark elixir, especially in an event like this where you're going to be able to get massive loot through just the event troop overall. Now, let's go cook up an army. Again, this is our normal army. Another nice thing with one of the more recent updates with the no train times is, look, we can just click create new, and we can totally craft whatever army we want with this debt collector here. And if you didn't know, the debt collector gets 100% extra loot. As you can see, it doesn't look like they have a lot of HP. It looks like they're pretty much a goblin, but we're gonna get twice as much loot, which is disgusting. So what do we want? What do we want? I'm gonna say we're just gonna be pretty much farming on the outside, and we want all of the collectors going down with these troops. So it looks like 20 troops times 8, so each one is worth 4. That is fine. What does just mass debt collectors look like to us? We would probably want some jumps. We can, again, there's no training times, right? So we can change these. We're going to want a few jumps. We're going to want probably some haste spells. And then other than that, I don't think we really need much more, right? I'm going to get a rage and an invis. Yeah, these are just going to be for the heroes here. And then we are just going to use our typical hero lineup here, just because I don't really want to mix much up. We're going to go Ground Warden, and let's go Royal Champion right here. Let's just go claim our normal troops. Reinforce, 37. There we go. Oh, shoot. I was like, where did my entire army go? Let's go. Oh, my gosh. All right, sorry about that. I deleted everything. I got it all back over here. Exact same thing. We're going to try it with 85 of these debt collectors. Again, probably not going to be the meta attack strategy, but I just want to see what the raids look like here. And so I believe this says there is 200,000 here. And for example, in this collector, there's 1,400. But if we collected that with the debt collector, I believe it would be double, so 2,800. So our goal here is to find a dead base, something that has, I don't know, 300,000 in each collector. That's going to turn into 700,000. then it is going to get pretty darn juicy. And then we also have, for the event just in general, if we destroy the storages, which are now like bankrolls, we are going to be able to get the medals to then progress in the event pass that we did buy earlier in the video. But I'm going to be right back once we find a massive raid so we can find out how good these debt collectors actually are. Alright, I have found a base. I know this could be wildly better, but I have been searching for a little bit, and I want to try out these debt collectors right now. If you can find bases like this where they have the storages on the outside, 300,000 of each, this might be what your target's going to be. Because as you see, the collectors are not a lot at all. And the unfortunate thing is, so if the king or queen or any of the cleanup collects these troops, or not troops, but these storages, right? It's not going to collect, or it's going to collect 320,000. But if one of our goblins collects it, it's going to collect 640,000. So yeah, it gets pretty absurd pretty quickly. So we need to somehow do a distraction. I feel like a freeze spell might have been a little bit better now at this point, because I'm kind of afraid even if I place, let's try it. So if I place a haste here and here, and then I place a couple goblins, are they going to die in one shot? No, but they die pretty darn quickly. So we need, here's what we're going to do. We're going to do a king distraction right here, and then we're going to do some goblins here, some goblins here. That should destroy pretty much everything before hopefully the king gets there. King is going to get one hit in. King is going to get a second hit in. But I believe right there we did get like 640,000. We did get the majority of it there. So that's not a terrible way to play it. So I think you want to distract and then go in for the kill with the proper troop there. So we're going to go in, and I definitely need a jump right here as well. We're distracting with the queen. We're going in and getting the gold right here. They have no HP. So you have to be very, very, very intelligent about it. Because as you see, now the queen is going to turn the corner, and she is going to take pretty much the rest of this. Yeah, scatter shot, one shots. Yikes. Again, do as I say, don't do as I do, because this is not pretty at all. But even with getting those two gold collectors, we should still get some pretty decent loot. Another nice thing, again, you can tinker with this a lot because you're not spending any loot whatsoever. Let's go take these out right here. They're very slow compared to sneaky goblins as well. They're not going to do a lot of damage. Oh my gosh. Yeah, you have to be super, super intelligent about how you play with these things. We're going to do an invis right here. We're going to see if we can get this gold. This is what you call a disaster class. Let's get the heck out of here. But that was so terrible, and we got 1.5 million gold. I am going to say this now. You have the potential. You have the potential to get some massive loot with these guys. You just have to strategize the correct way overall. Let me go in one more time and see if I can do this a little bit better, and then we're going to get the heck out of here. All right, another base, another opportunity to probably fail another attack. As you can see, we've modified our army a little bit. I have the root riders for some tanking. I have some wall breakers to get in the walls. And then we have our new goblins to hopefully soak up all this loot. So let's try it out right here. We're going to go 1, 2. These are going to, once again, be our little distractors. Again, place one goblin, Jacob, so you don't blow them all up to smithereens. And that's going to be a lot of loot right there. Again, good job, root riders, for distracting for us. Let's get all this dark elixir. There was 8,000 right there, so that's going to be 16,000 just like that. That is going to be absurd. Now we can, once again, we can need a distraction. Yes, Jacob, nice. For some reason, I decided I'm recording this at 6 a.m. right when this comes out. I woke up and I'm like, screw it. I haven't filmed in a month. Why not? So once again, we're going to do a little bit of distraction, like we said. And that should be able to take out, no, not quite. We do have all of these spells, Jacob. You can use those if you want. That worked, kind of. Nice. 1, 2, 3, 4. They are so slow. Oh my gosh. I guess they do. When did mortars become so OP? I wasn't used to that update. We're going to go in this time, distract with our king. We're going to do king on this top side. We're going to do root rider down here. We're going to go rage. We're going to go haste. And we want to get all in here. Get the remaining gold. Get this elixir right here. Oh my gosh, it's a travesty. We're going to go here. We're going to go queen to distract this time. And we're going to go in all right here. We can freeze here. We need to get... They're all dead. Oh my gosh. They're hard. They're tricky to work with. But again, I guess you don't have to fully optimize and get all of it double eyes. So you could just go place the queen. You're like, oh shoot, I couldn't get it all. But luckily the queen is going to take out the remainder. No, she's not even going to do that. But overall, how much Dark Elixir we got? We got 17,000 Dark Elixir. We got 1.6 of each by not doing well at all. So again, once again, with the potential to optimize, this could be the most loot potential ever in Clash of Clans, which is pretty nuts. One last thing before we get out of here. Let me show you how the CWL season went. Because I didn't start with it, you probably already know. For some reason, we are really good at getting 5th place. There you go. 5th. Once again, maybe next season is going to be our season. Who knows? But if you guys enjoyed, make sure to like, make sure to subscribe. We are, once again, only 40 subs away from 10K, which is absurd. I'll see you guys next time. When's it going to be? I have no idea. Peace.